Hello friends, welcome back to another edition of Scrapbooking in Belize. My name is Dawn, and today we will be reviewing this new set of watercolor paints. Every week I usually visit the stationery house. That's the stationery art and craft supply store I normally get most of my arts and crafts supplies from, and I saw this new set of watercolors. Now, by no means I'm a watercolorist or a watercolor expert, but that is the medium I seem to be most favored to, and of course I want to try anything new in them, and so it's pretty affordable. I got it, and let's see how it looks. So this new set is from Stylex. It's a German brand from what when I did my research on the brand name. It's Stylex. It's from Germany, and they come with 12 colors. Those colors are titanium white, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, vermilion, crimson red, sap green, yellow green, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and black lamp. What I like about this color selection is that it gives you a good range of warm and cool tones. That way it makes color mixing easier. So you don't necessarily need an entire, I don't want to say an entire range of colors, but you don't necessarily need a lot of colors. This few color selection here can give you so many different color combinations. And that's what I like. So I'm going to show you now the swatches, and we're going to go through it piece by piece, and then maybe I'll see if I can do color a piece with it and see how it holds up. Okay, so I did some swatches with it, and from what I've gathered is this is a titanium white. Of course you won't be able to see the titanium white on this kind of paper. My advice to you is that whenever you do swatches and you use your sketchbook or your drawing book, swatch in those books. I know a lot of people want to save their papers in their sketchbooks or drawing books and maybe swatch on a separate piece of paper. My advice is always use the paper, swatch on the paper you're going to use. That way you'll see how the color holds up on that paper and what the color looks, because you know, of course, when you use certain color papers, there are color changes, or maybe the color may not come out as bright as you think. So I swatched in my sketchbook, and this is a titanium white. You may not be able to see it on this, even though this is not really white paper. It has a little color to it. This is the lemon yellow. This is the yellow ochre, the vermilion, the crimson red, sap green, yellow green, cerulean blue, ultramarine blue, burnt sienna, burnt umber, and black lamp. And like I said, I just did some basics. I just did the basic swatch itself. I didn't do any color mixing, because I know with this a range of cool and warm tones, I could get a plethora of colors. Okay, as you can see, I have my desk all set up. I have this little chameleon here that I draw for a November sketchbook challenge, and I haven't been able yet to buy a separate foldable palette for these watercolor tubes like I did for the Marie, the Casper, and the Winsor Newton. So I'm hoping to do that soon, to put them in a foldable palette where I could have them stored for more, instead of having to take straight from the tube. But I have my plate all set up, and this is a ceramic plate. I went to one of the local convenience stores here in Belize, and I saw this ceramic plate, and I thought it was perfect for color mixing, and it's pretty inexpensive. It's kind of heavy too, but I like it. So this is where I did most of my color. And again, you can do this even if you don't want to buy a ceramic plate, you can use, I've seen them use disposable plates for color mixing. I just prefer to use something that's reusable. So let's get started. The one thing that I note with this watercolor is that it dries pretty fast. So I'll have to learn to work very, very fast with it. And let me start by putting out some I believe this is burnt umber. I have my dropper right here. Just doing basic color mixing, pulling from the palette into my swatch, into my color mixing bowl. And I want to make enough. That's the one thing I learned when doing color mixing. You can always make too much, but never make too little, because it's very difficult to get back that color or the exact color that you got before. So I'm going to mix some burnt umber with some burnt sienna, because I really want a rich brown color. There we go, nice and rich. And again, as I said, with this, I've learned that I need to work very, very fast because it has a very, very quick drying time. So I don't want to cause too much streaking in this piece. And it's a chameleon, so I think I might need to remember that color or use that same color throughout the entire, so it does look very cohesive. So now I'm going to take some of this yellow green, and it kind of confused me for a bit there because I've always thought yellow green to be a very, very cool color because of the yellow, but this yellow green here is a very warm color. I'm going to add a little bit of that mixture brown that I just pulled up to the yellow green. Just a little bit. It's okay if I kind of cropped it a little bit because I'm not going to be using it again. And this is what I'm going to be using on my little chameleon here. So it kind of darken it, make it, I think I am just attracted to very warm tones naturally and earthy tones. So I'm thinking I'm going to make this very, very warm and very, very earthy. We're done. After working with it and testing it out, I can say I love the color selections. I love that the color is bright. I had to mute them down a little bit just to try to get out my little chameleon here. And I enjoy working with it. I think it's a good brand for my day-to-day artwork. Join me next time for another edition of Scrapbook in Belize. Bye.